Hello. I've not made any recordings for quite some time. I want to say that I've been studying the course regularly and doing my meditations, and I realised the other day something that's really very obvious, which is that every man is my brother and every woman is my sister, which included my mother. It's all the same, really. I'm very upset at the moment because of the war situation in the world, and I think I've never felt that there's a greater need for the family of human beings to come together to return the light to the world. I would say when every man can say, "You are my brother," then there won't be any war. I've been discussing this with some of my friends from the Course in Miracles group, and there's this question about, is it all illusion? And clearly it is at one level, but at another level it's a question of what you mean by illusion. Now, if we shine dots of light onto a wall, we can tell a story using the cinema. So we would use the illusion of cinema to tell the story. And so the story is the reality, but the dots on the wall are the illusion that convey it. Now, it's all very well to say, well, we're all immortal souls, so we will outlive our bodies. So our bodies are not what we are the story within the body. You could say that. But the Course in Miracles is very clear. It says that only the love is real and the rest is illusion. And the body is a simple, innocent tool that serves the soul. It serves the higher mind, the mind of the true self. So when we're listening to people that are disturbed by fear or greed, or they've actually attached to the physical body and made it real, and they've decided that it is worth attacking other people to preserve it. So although the actual outcome of war will be that all souls are still alive, we're missing a great opportunity to come together in love to solve the world's problems. For every missile that gets fired, the same amount of money would probably pay for, I don't know, 50,000 nurses in a hospital or 10,000 doctors. If we took the the cruise missiles and the big equipment that's very, very expensive, and you put that into the national budget, there would be enough to research cancer and cure it. There would also be enough left over so that we could help set up disaster funds. So if there's an earthquake, we're going to send some help in straight away, because these are our brothers and sisters and our cousins and nieces and nephews, and all the little ones are kind of distant children, relatives of us. Whether you believe in God or not, it doesn't matter, because ultimately life is saying the same story as the scriptures. If you want to throw scriptures away, just check it out, that humanity started somewhere in Africa and has been migrating out for the last 35,000 years, which is a physical fact. If you're an atheist, it's a physical fact. The people that we're likely to bomb are distant relatives. We've got to stop doing it. We've got to restore the light to the world. For me, I do believe in God, and I believe that we are all one spirit, that when Jehovah created Adam kind, he took the clay from the earth, which is this stuff, the flesh. The flesh is the top of the food tray, the food chain. Ultimately, it comes from the earth. It comes from the clay. You know, the plants grow in the clay. The animals eat the plants. We eat the plants. Some of us eat the animals as well. So we are made of clay, these physical bodies. But then the secret was, according to Genesis, Then he breathed his holy breath in to give life to Adam. Well, without that, Adam would not be alive, and none of us would be, since we're all descended from the same giant family. So, to me, the scripture point of view is that we're all one spirit. That is that breath. I think it's a subtle energy. I don't actually think it's just wind. But I don't know how you'd have explained to shepherds in those days about quantum fields or subtle energies. I mean, it would have been impossible, and they would have been skeptical. So I think Jesus would have said, well, watch what we can do with this feather, and just blow it. And he could demonstrate that there were subtle, invisible forces that can move physical stuff. So it was called the breath of Jehovah. But we all are it. We are that. And that is the light. And the rest is illusion. And so over the last 35,000 years, mankind has developed differences in colour and shape and size. And these are to help us to adapt. So white bodies give off less heat than black bodies. So the brothers and sisters that moved into the colder climates became whiter to conserve the heat, and the people that lived in the brighter places had darker skin so that they could give off more heat and stay cooler. I mean, it is the laws of science do not deny God. The laws of science explain how God did it. There is no conflict between God and the creationists and science. Science is saying exactly the same thing, only it's just explaining how God did it. I'm praying for world peace, and I hope everybody's going to join in. It's not sustainable the way that we're living, and I think that our leaders, some of the politicians, some of them are very good, and some of them are actually very misled. I think that they believe if they lie to us and whip up hatred and turn brother against brother, that somehow they'll be safer, or they'll have more power, or they'll be better liked. I don't know what they think. But either way, they're listening to ego. They're not listening to true self. And I pray for them too. It's very hard to love every brother on the planet and every sister on the planet when some of them are doing things that are causing harm to others. But in a way, they need more love than the rest. Because only love heals. This is just a short one, but I've got some more coming. Thank you for listening. Salam alaikum. Shalom aleichem. Sashrikal. Namaste.